Hello folks, I'm Danny Crumno, and this is a video that I've put off for doing many years. But for those that know me, you know a little bit about my history, in that I worked for the Texas Department of Corrections for 8 years. I rode a horse every day, all day long. And I carried a pistol. Very few corrections officers nowadays carry a pistol. I worked for 2 years as an armed security officer. And then I worked for 30 years as a police chief. And in those years, I spent many days afield hunting, fishing, and I did a lot of hunting. Fired a lot of guns, killed a lot of animals. Now, I'm not going to be able to talk about ever shooting at any persons. I just don't think that's going to be appropriate, especially in this video. But I am going to talk about shooting a lot of animals. I did shoot quite a few dogs. Each time was in defense of myself or somebody. And I shot literally thousands and thousands of pigs. I've lived in this current house a little over 2 years now, and I'm retired, so I'm home every day. And so you're not going to be able to come and burglarize my house, but anyhow, I carry a pistol every day, and around the house here, I've killed well over 100 coons. My wife won't let me shoot the possums. I have to carry those off somewhere. But I don't know how many there is, but there's been a bunch of them, and mainly I trap those. Skunks, I've killed several of those. And armadillos, the number probably up around 50 or so, not real sure. But in shooting all those animals, with my experience, carrying pistols every day, it will be rare for someone to come even to my house and catch me not carrying a pistol. I've always been a little bit better than the normal person in shooting a pistol. I can hit what I aim at. People think that pistols are limited to 25 yards. You know, that's sure not true. I do know that in the days of the Old West, that the pistol sights were actually calibrated at 100 yards. Those old revolvers, they had sights on them that, you know, they didn't shoot at Indians 25, 30 yards. They don't even need sights for that. But they shot them at long range. I do have one pistol here that I really like, and to prove a point to my officers one time, I qualified with it at 100 yards. And I never really carried it because, well, I did carry it some, but not much, for the simple reason I didn't want to get it scratched up. So what I'm going to do, this video is going to be in 2 parts. The first part is going to be about pistols, and I'm here to tell you that these are opinions. And I'm also going to tell you that nearly all of these pistols are going to be loaded, so I'm not going to be snapping them or whatever. Around my house, if one of my kids comes over, and you know, when I say kids, I think the youngest one now is 28 or something like that, but they know if they see a gun at my house, it's loaded. So, anyhow, I'm going to be giving my opinions on these, and opinions on some that I may not have, and I'm going to tell you straight up that some of them I don't have, I don't have for a reason, and it may be just because I didn't like it, but there may be other reasons. So I'm going to go through these one by one. My friends have been wanting me to do a video for many years telling me, you know, what I like and what I don't like. These are just a few of the pistols and stuff that I have. I was actually going through my gun safe a few minutes ago, and I found one that I had forgotten that I bought. So, anyhow, I'm going to give you my opinions on these, and I've stated many times, and I shouldn't say that. You know, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and most of them stink. But these are my opinions, and it's often that friends call me wanting opinions and all of that. And I'm going to show you what I got, and I can guarantee you, if I've got it, it's because I like it. And I'm going to tell you also what I don't like about it. Now, this isn't about brand. I'm not sponsored by anyone or anything. So here we go with the video on pistols. The second part will be video on rifles. I don't think it'll be as long, but I've carried pistols nearly all my life, and if you see me out and about, I've got one of these on me somewhere. That's almost assured. Let's start out with my favorite two here. If you see me out and about, depending on where I am, more than likely, I'm going to have this pistol right here. This is a 6 Sauer 938. Now, I'm going to use this one to compare sizes. A 380, yeah, that's better than a 22, but really the minimum you need to be carrying is 9mm. And I don't care that much for 9mm. I mean, why carry a 9mm if you can carry a 45? Why do I like this 938? You see that it is cocked and locked because it's a 1911 style. Now, going into this, I'm going to tell you that most people that are good with a pistol are going to carry a 1911 style. And it isn't because it's more accurate. What it is a trigger. It's got a single action trigger that is usually crisp and drops easily. If you're carrying something like a Glock, which I don't care much for Glocks, I'll tell you that right now. Even though I was a policeman, I never carried one. A Glock type trigger is going to require you to pull that trigger a good ways before the gun goes off. The farther that you pull that trigger, the more your sight pattern is going to be disrupted. That's why a lot of people like the 1911 style that are good with pistols. Now, all this spray and pay as a policeman, that ain't no good for anybody. Yeah, this don't carry many rounds. I don't think this carries but like 7 rounds. And I never load it to that. I'll put 6 in the magazine and 1 up the pipe. In fact, I do that almost all of my pistols for the simple reason that these magazines, a lot of them are so tight, you risk getting a jam after the first shot. If a pistol jams on me, its life in my collection is very short. I'll either fix it or get rid of it. And that exception wound up being a car. I had a car that I really liked. It was small. It was close to this as being small. But the trigger on it was a mile long, and that thing forced me to change my grip as I pulled it, and it shot like a full-size pistol, even though it was small. I had to sell my car. I even had a custom trigger put in it and tried it like that, and it was, advertised 10% less travel. Well, I had to sell the car. I couldn't deal with that. It was very accurate. It never jammed, but I couldn't deal with that long trigger pull. So, this is the first pistol that I'll normally be carrying right here. 6 Sauer 938. Now, this is the second pistol. This is a Browning 1911 22. If I'm fishing and I might need to shoot something with a 22, or if I'm trapping or whatever, I need a 22. I don't want to tear my traps up by shooting something with a 9mm. So, as you can tell, this one here, it's got some wear on it. I carry it a lot. Heck, if I'm mowing the lawn and I might run into an armadillo or something that I need to dispatch, this is what I do it with. I carry this little Browning 1911 22. It don't jam. It's configured to a long rifle. It's been a good one. I've had it for years. Something else I'm going to touch on right here is that you notice how this holster, this is a magnetic holster. It's put out by JM4 Tactical. They're made, I think, here in Texas. JM4 Tactical magnetic holsters. 1911 22. This is the only pistols that normally share holsters. JM4 Tactical, if you're listening, make sure you keep putting those sweat guards or whatever you call them on there, because after you carry these all day long, that hammer will start to bite. You can tell that is a small pistol. Now, my 938, it will shoot just as good as any of the full-size pistols I got. And you can't make this one jam. I mean, if you limp wrist it, hold it upside down, it don't care. It's going to shoot. So, going through those two right there, that's my two favorites that if you catch me out and about, heck, if you come over and barge in the house, I'm generally carrying those even if I'm at home. So, this is another one I have right here. And you're going to see me mention Sig Sauer a lot. This is a Sig Sauer P365. I don't remember how many rounds it holds. It probably holds 10, something like that. I think this is the XL version. I'm not sure. But These don't jam. Has very good night sights on it. And I'm going to tell you that most of my pistols, these radioactive night sights that glow in the dark, most of them have burnt out. And all of these shoot to point of aim. And if I can't carry a mini pistol that shoots as good as a big pistol, I don't want it. Why don't I carry this more often? Well, there's a good reason. You see that trigger right there? That is a double action only trigger. And you have to change your grip a little bit to make it go off. I'm not a big fan of that. I like the 1911 style with the single action trigger. Now, saying that, most of these smaller pistols, like this one right here, if you pull that trigger and it don't go off, you don't get a second try. It's not gonna reset. You're gonna have to cycle that slide by hand to get the next round to go off. And of course, I've got a JM4 holster that goes with this one too. All right, moving on. And boy, this one's dirty. This is an HK CC9. Now, this is more the Glock style, but this pistol don't jam. I mean, you can't make this one jam. It's a 9mm. It is classified as a mini pistol. And as you can see, the 938, it's about the same size. It's a little bigger, got a little bigger handle, a little longer slide on it. But it is small. I can highly recommend this one. It's got that Glock style safety up front. Now, HK, what can I say? I have a bunch of HK products. This one here is supposed to just dang near last forever. They say you can't wear it out, but it shoots like a big pistol. I don't know if I could hit a man at 100 yards or not, but more than likely, yes. I'm not sure if the sights are that close or not, but anything within 30 yards, you know, armadillo, whatever, especially a man, the CC9 to get him. I really like the CC9. All right, moving on. Okay, this is the only Glock I own. I bought one to say I had one. And this is the Glock 43X. What's the difference? The 43X has a little bit better handle on it, a little bit bigger. This one don't jam, and it shoots good. It shoots good as my big pistol. It's 9mm. I like the Glock 43. But why don't I carry it? It's got that long double action trigger to it. It's got the little safety up here. I prefer the 1911 single action. So, anyhow, that's the only Glock that I have. Now, I think that did it for my 9mm. You remember me saying that about 9mm is about the smallest thing I'll carry for personal protection. Why carry a 9mm when you can carry a 45? Now, this is a Kimber Ultra Carry. As you can see here, it is pretty small. It's a little heavy, but it is pretty small. You don't get much smaller than my 938. I'm going to tell you right now, and you can see that this is worn and all that. This Kimber don't jam. I would never recommend anybody buying a Kimber. Most Kimbers are jam-o-matics. Actually, when I bought this one, the dealer told me that I'd probably have to send it back a couple times because it was going to jam. This is the only Kimber I own, and I just got through getting rid of a Kimber Micro 9. When I bought that Kimber Micro 9, that was a jam-o-matic. I mean, constantly. I sent it back. I told Kimber that it jammed and it wouldn't hit nothing. Kimber replaced almost everything on that pistol except the frame. When I got it back, I can't complain about the customer service. You couldn't make it jam. The only problem is you couldn't hit nothing with it. I mean, a man at 25 yards, I don't know that I could even hit him. So that's not something I would want to carry for personal defense. This little 9mm right here, it's a Ultra Carry. I think that's right. Yeah, Ultra Carry 2. This shoots as good as a big pistol. It is a 45. If you'll notice that I've got fingernail polish on the front sight. The reason being, the night sights, they've worn out, a long time ago. But this Kimber here has never jammed on me. But I'm going to tell you right off the bat, when you buy a Kimber, a lot of them have this guide that goes in here, and it's a fixed guide. I've had the worst luck with those. I mean, they nearly always jam. And they'll say, oh, you got to shoot, 100, 200 rounds through them. I'm here to tell you that if you shoot 100, 200 rounds through it, it's still going to jam, especially if you have anything other than ball ammunition. And then ball ammunition is going to jam. They are just sensitive. I don't own another Kimber. Now, you ain't buying this one from me because it don't jam and it shoots to point of aim. Now, while we're talking about 1911s, 45s especially, if you notice right here how wide this is, most Colts, I don't own a Colt. Most Colts are military style. They don't have that wide cut in there to let that round out. And this little relief right here, you want to look for that, because if you don't have that, it's going to bend up your shells, and that just tells me that it hadn't been fixed where it's probably going to jam. If pistol jams, it's useless to me. Now, if you notice too, this one here only has a right-hand safety. That's fine with me because I'm right-handed. Now, I'm going to tell you, on some pistols, they have ambidextrous safeties here. Don't like those because I can actually feel those moving when I take the safety off. I don't like that. Some of mine do have it, but I would rather it not have that. I guess it's fine if you're left-handed, which my son, Lee Crumno, he is left-handed. And right now, he swears by a 10mm. I don't remember if it's Glock, what the hell he's got, but he's got a 10mm. And he staved off a hog with it the other day. Actually had a hog coming after him. And I'm telling you right now, I wish I had time. I'd go and get some of the videos. Shooting a hog with a pistol, if you don't hit them in the ear, you ain't stopping them. 9mm will do it. A 45 is much better. I always recommend 45. If you're young enough and you can carry a 45, carry a 45, because that's what's going to stop you. I mean, I've been attacked by pit bull dogs that I've hit with these 45s, and them suckers, even hitting them in the chest, they'll still run away before they fall. So, you know, the military, even now, some of the special forces, they still carry 45. It's a 1/2 inch hole. It don't need to expand really to stop you. So 45 is the way to go. And of course, I've got a JM4 holster. I like these because I can wear shorts with no belt. It'll clip on and it stays on. And this one here does have a sweat guard on it. You hear that, JM4? You need sweat guards on everything. All right. Let's go. This is what I carried in the prison system. This is one of the few that's not loaded. Now, Smith & Wesson. I kind of fell out with Smith & Wesson many years ago, and I can't really remember what went on that the reason that I didn't like them no more. I'm not a revolver man. I got this from my dad when he died. This one here, if you can look right down there, this come from the Camden, New Jersey Police Department. And I believe that this pistol was carried on their competition team because it is very, very, very smooth, has a very, very light trigger pull, and you can tell this gun has been tuned. Only revolver that I've got. And of course, I'll never sell this one. Oh, and this is 357-38. Now, as y'all know, I prefer 45. This is what I carried in police work. This one here, it does have a Pacmire grip on it. The emblem is missing. This is what I was wearing when I got hit by a car and got injured. This old pistol shoots good, very accurate. It is 45, full size, 1911. I carried this for many, many years, and it looks good still. You can tell it's kind of polished from holster wear a little bit, but I like 45, and this is a Ruger. I've never had a whole lot of luck with Colts. I would like to have a Sig Sauer full-size 1911, but I just hadn't found one that I want to drop a dime onto. This Ruger right here has no lawyer's warnings on it. I was told by the gun dealer who sold me this that this was one of the first 5 out of the Ruger factory when they started making 45 automatics. I don't know if that's true, but I know that at that time this pistol was selling for $800, and I traded him a Kimber TLE2 45 automatic for it that I paid $1,400 for. And I told him after the trade, that's the first time I ever got to him, because that TLE2 was a jam-o-matic. It had that full-length guide rod, and it jammed. It was accurate, but it just jammed, and I never could really figure out why. Of course, that Ruger needed a girlfriend, and I bought this one. This is a Ruger, I guess you call it a Commander style. It's got just a little bit shorter barrel on it. It shoots like a big pistol. It's just accurate as a big pistol. I don't know why I needed to. I guess because of the shorter barrel. Now, the really short barrels, they call an officer's model. So you have full-size, Commander, and officer. This Kimber right here would be called an officer's model, because it's got a really short barrel. Here's the difference. A lot of difference in barrel length right there. Commander, just a little bit longer. So, nothing remarkable about it. Let me rephrase that. I've never carried this one. I just got it because I liked it. Okay. Let's go back to more 45s. All right. If the Russians attack or whatever and I'm carrying a pistol, it's going to be this one. This is a HK USP full-size 45. I did carry this one for a little bit. When I bought this is when the 10-round magazine thing was in effect. So technically, I don't think this a whole but 11 rounds. But now, this is the one I qualified at 100 yards with. I mean, HK. What can you say? If it's 6 Sauer or HK and you like it, you better buy it. You won't have much problems with it. And this one, I am told this one's worth quite a bit of money. Not because HK USP made in the 90s was anything special about them, except that I heard they made very few in stainless steel. And this is a 45. So, anyhow, that said, one of my favorite pistols. You won't make that one jam either. I don't care with the crappiest reloads you got. It won't jam. Okay. 6 Sauer P220 45. My daddy left me this pistol. I've never actually carried it that I'm aware of. It don't jam. Ain't nothing like that. It does shoot very accurate. I did have to file the front sight to get it to hit exactly right. But the reason I didn't carry it is because this one is double action, single action. To go from double action to single action on the second shot, that takes a lot of training and experience, and I just didn't like that transition. This one cannot be carried cocked and locked like in 1911. Now, we'll go back to my HK right here. HK can be carried cocked and locked. The one thing about it, has a decocker on it. Didn't necessarily like that. I got used to doing it with my thumb, but anyhow, that was my 6 Sauer 220 in 45. Now, I did like this one so much. Let me rephrase that. This one so much, and this is a 45. I saw a dealer over in Lott, Texas, selling these things. This is almost identical. The only thing is, this has fixed sights. This has adjustable sights. This is a Gerson. Now, I generally don't recommend cheap guns. You know, HK, 6 Sauer, yeah, that to me, that's the thing. But this is a Gerson. I figured this one needed a girlfriend, so I bought this one, and I was not disappointed. The adjustable sight works very well. I really like being able to look and see that clear handle right there and see the rounds in it. So, my Kimber got a girlfriend. If, you know, something ever happens, I don't have that one. I can carry this one. Fits in the same magazine. I mean, same holster, same size. Gerson 45. I guess you call it an officer's model. This one is never jammed. And when I say never jammed, I shoot reloads, folks. Some of my reloads are not so good because I make them out of cast bullets. And they're not always perfect. But if they jam just because of a little flaw or something, they ain't no good. All right, let's go back to another one. Springfield XD45. I like it. I did carry it for just a little bit. Holds lots of rounds. Double action. I don't like that. This one shoots very good. Very good. When I get pistols that don't jam, shoot the point of aim, and do everything right, you can't hardly make me sell one or trade it in. The one good thing about this one, it's got the grip safety on it here like a full-size 1911. I actually like that. So, Springfield. And I'm going to tell you, none of the guns that I'm showing you will jam. Now, you may get a bad one. If you do, you need to send it back because something's wrong. Especially if it's a one like Ruger, 6 Sauer, HK. I've never had an HK that I sent back. Just never happened. All right, let's go back. See what else I've got here. This is a Springfield Armory. Now, this is a 9mm. Now, this don't jam. It shoots good as a big pistol. Got a double action trigger on it. I bought this one mainly because of the sights. Love them sights. I mean, those things are so quick, and I'm leaning my head over because I know it's loaded. I love those sights. Got that big front deal and that U up front. Always love those sights. All right, that's a 9mm. All right. Here we are with HK again. This is another 9mm. It's called a P2000 SK. Let me see if this one's loaded. Yep, it's loaded too. I really can't show you this. I bought this one because of the trigger. Let me unload it here right quick. Well, I was good. I didn't have one in the barrel. This gun, this pistol has the lightest double action trigger in it I have ever seen. Let me show you here. You see that I'm not pulling on that. That is really easy. Notice the hammer going back. Now, it won't fire again. It's like all these other double actions. You got to cycle the slide, and I'm gonna check, make sure. I don't know. I bought this one in a pawn shop in Waco. Lightest double action I've ever seen. I mean, this thing, it's long, but it is so light. And that is exactly why I usually don't carry this. It's too light. I didn't trust myself in a stress situation. I did buy, you know, another JM4 holster to fit it. It does not have a sweat guard on it. And that, I have carried this a little bit, and that'll start to eat on you. HK 9mm. All right. Now let's look at another one that I have here. FN. Now, this FN shoots as good as any big pistol. I mean, it is accurate. Has a pretty good trigger on it. It's double action, which you know that I don't care that much for. And it is just a little bit bigger than some of the others. It has a bigger handle, but you can't go wrong with FN. They're not cheap pistols. This one shoots very, very good. And that's why it's still in my stable. All right. Everybody has got to have a 22. Now, if I'm out chasing varmints or whatever, and I need to make a long shot with a pistol, a Ruger. Now, this is a Mark IV, and I do have this little Vortex red dot on it, and as you'll see in my other videos here, I'm not a real fan of a red dot except the Hollow Suns. I like the Hollow Suns, and mainly that's because it has a magnifier on it. This little 22 here will shoot as good as most rifles, probably shoot better. But all of the Ruger 22s in this style are great. I do not like a barrel that's any longer than this. I think that's about 6 inches. But I like the bull barrel. The reason I would only recommend the Mark IV is because this particular pistol is very easy to take apart and clean. You press that button right there, the barrel tips up and it comes right off. You can clean it, clean the insides, and then pop it back on. Now, the other Rugers, the prior ones, not so much. Yeah, you could take them apart, but you had hell getting them back together. The reason being was the little I call it a dangler thing on the trigger. It was hard to get to go right in the right place. This is real easy. So if you're looking for a 22, that's what you need to get right there. It's heavy because it's got the bull barrel on it, but... And this one right here, this is my last little pistol that I'm going to show you. I had forgotten that I had one of these, and I almost bought another one the other day because I just like the way they work. This is a tip-up barrel, and I don't know who makes these. I do know Taurus, I think, makes one. If you notice, I don't own a Taurus. I ain't gonna say bad things about them, except that they're cheap pistols. This is a Beretta, tip-up barrel, 22 long rifle. I carry this fishing occasionally. It's good for, you know, if you got an animal in a trap or whatever. But I bought it because of the tip-up barrel. I love that feature right there. It is a Beretta, 22 long rifle. I did buy another JM4 tactical holster for it. So, folks, I'm going to end this pistol section, and then I'm going to go into the rifles. Now, I told you I killed thousands of hogs. I have killed them with, you know, pistols. I've killed them with rifles. And I'll tell you what I prefer. And in these pistols, you've seen a lot of Sig Sauers, a lot of HKs, few Rugers. And hopefully I told you why that I didn't like or want some of the others. And there's reasons for that. And number one, if they jam, their history in mind, they're either going back, they're getting sold, traded, or something. I can't take that. Second thing, if I can't hit nothing with it, you know, a dozen misses don't make up for one hit. I mean, if you can't hit with it, I'm sorry, it's doing you no good. I do have other HKs and things like that, but my wife keeps one of them hid. That's her gun. But this one here don't hold many rounds, but it is small, very easy to carry. And if I pull it, I can hit with it. So, anyhow, brand does make a difference. I've never seen a Sig Sauer or HK that I have bought that have jammed. And I bought this little Gerson. I bought this from Big Pig, I believe, and I really expected it to jam. But this thing has been a surprise. It has been very nice, shoots very good. If you've got a pistol that you can't trust to go bang every time, and they say, oh, you're limp wristing it or whatever, if you're still holding it after it goes off, it shouldn't jam. It should fire every time. Now, yeah, if you've got an ammunition problem or extractor problem or something like that, yeah, some of them will jam. And while we're talking about that, let's talk about 45s here for a second. If you'll notice, this one here has a manual extractor. Those do get out of tune. Be careful of that. If you're starting to jam and you don't know how to tune that extractor, you might look at it. Trying to find one. I thought I had one. Oh yeah, here we go. HK. that extractor like that, they rarely get out of tune. I don't know what you call that, but this is the extractor. If you notice on the back right there, it doesn't have an extractor, a manual one like a true 1911 does. But watch those extractors. They get out of tune, especially if you shoot a lot. So anyhow, that concludes my pistol wrap up right there. That's the pistols I own. That's the pistols I trust. So all my friends out there, if you're considering buying a pistol, this is what I recommend. This HK CC9 was kind of a surprise. I didn't think it would shoot as good as it does, but it does. So if you like this double action, this is what I would get. Keep going back to this one. This is my favorite, Sig Sauer 938. So I know that I've talked a long time, and we're going to get into the rifles next. Don't have a lot of rifles, but I will go over what I prefer, what calibers, and all of that. And that is the next section here. Thanks for watching.